Okay, welcome. I am Kevin. I run this channel. If you are new here, what we do here is, what I do here is I draw, I review materials, I share some tips and tactics and things like that that I might think may be helpful, and I'm going to start sharing more of the journey of what I'm learning, what I'm doing, and hopefully you'll get a lot out of that. So today, give you a little glimpse into how I structure my drawings or how I start a sketch and start just kind of how I practice a little bit, right? So I like to draw faces, I like to draw portraits, and I'm going to walk you through one of my drawings while I do it. So you'll be over my shoulder, I'll kind of give you some of the insights of what I'm thinking, how I plan it, how I start them, and we'll hopefully you'll enjoy it. I'm going to start with what I've realized is artists on YouTube have a kind of unique blend of business and art and video, and they're just kind of like a mix of business and art, and I would like to pay some tributes to a few that I have personally been following and have started to really get into and enjoy their stuff. So today, one of the first people I'm going to start with is Slew. Slew is a graffiti artist turned fine artist slash videographer slash possibly business person type of podcast artist. So I figured I would start with him because I've actually dug into his channel a lot more, and then I'm gonna just follow where the points take me. I'm gonna start doing that with my sketches, and hopefully you'll enjoy those, and I'll kind of walk you through what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and how I am progressing with each one of them. So it won't be long, they'll probably just be over my shoulder, maybe in the chair right over there, kind of get you into my setup, and then we'll dig in. I'll see you on the other side. Alrighty, so it was not that easy to find a picture of Slew that was acceptable for this video. Typically I like to find photos of people who have like some kind of interesting face that they're making, or usually wear glasses for some reason. Slew has a classic hat always on, at least when I found his channel, and it was not easy to find a high quality photo without trying to go through all the videos and take a screenshot or whatever. So I did find one that I think I can at least up level on the quality, and it is this one right here. I think I can take this one and work with it, so I'm gonna get this one going and start getting it in the sketchbook. So we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so we'll jump right in here. So first things first, let's get this set up here and get out my pencils. I got all of these, I got this whole cup of pencils, but really all I use is that with an F pencil. Once I get the F pencil, then I think this is a 6B lead. Outline done. Let's get this kicked off here. So first things first, whenever I'm doing something in my sketchbook, I do not, the most intimidating thing is a blank page, but you don't have to do that, because all you gotta do is draw a nice little rectangle or a square. And it also gives the picture that you're drawing, or the one that I'm drawing, just like a nice little frame. Kind of adds like a little element of process behind the scenes, a little bit of design, and I think it just adds a little bit of extra to the picture. So you can always erase some things later, but these are just kind of practice sketches anyway, so it's more just trying to find that style, trying to build up and identify what it is that I like and add and test things out. So first, always start with that square. It just gives me a frame of reference of how I'm going to measure you know, the different elements of the eyes and the nose and the lips and mouth and everything. So yeah, that's just kind of a good starting spot. So looking at this one, I am going to follow more of the kind of Andrew Loomis type of, you know, strategy on drawing a head here. So I almost always start with, you know, a kind of center line. And I place the eyes about right there. And nose, and Slew kind of has a, you know, a more pronounced nose and eyes and kind of a smaller chin, so that's a little tighter here. And then we'll go start to block in some of the major features here. And just going for basic proportions here to make sure that everything looks okay. Once I start to get into the detail, which is very easy to jump into first, but something that you know, working on to make a little bit better, but I think I got some of the major things. Probably should have started with the eyes actually, so we'll see what these look like now. Blockier this is, obviously, the more it needs to be cleaned up, but these are still just getting the major shapes in here. Make sure the sizes and everything are the right ones. Make sure they have the right angles as much as possible. Okay, I think that's probably, I think that's gonna be good. I think that'll be good enough. That'll be good for this particular drawing. So now I'm gonna take this, feel like we got some initial, some good stuff here. I'm gonna take this, refine it some more, and well, first I'm going to clean up some of these lines with the eraser. Then I'm going to go in and start tracing and kind of really solidify the lines that I want to see here. So let's get some of these lines cleaned up here. Once I do that, it'll start to look a little better too. Mainly get that T off of the head. That usually cleans it up pretty good. And then you can start to see it's coming together. I'll erase the line out of the head there. Sometimes I leave it in, sometimes I don't. Depends on how I'm feeling in the moment, if it adds anything or not. Depends on, want to make it look like it's a little rough, you know? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll take a picture of this and then scan it into the Procreate and redo it there. But so now from this point, like I said, I feel like we got some good proportions going. We got the lines where I want them. I think we still need to kind of fix the chin and this cheek here. Obviously this eye is pretty wild, and so is that one. But to be fair, the picture is pretty wild in itself. So let's start refining some of these lines, and I'll see how it comes out. was Slew. So there you go. Like I said, I think this was a good practice session. Sometimes when I start getting into the, the stuff with the lines and trying to figure out how to do the shading, I'm still working on trying to go realistic versus illustrative and finding that good balance there. But I think in general, it's starting to develop a little bit more. Sometimes I use a little more blended shading, sometimes I use more line. It's really just a matter of what do I think looks best in the moment. And I don't think this looks like the greatest, but I think it looks okay, and I think it really kind of did what this fly will not leave. I think it did what I wanted to achieve here. So maybe I'll do another digital version of it and outline and see what I can do with it from there. Maybe add a little more blending as far as shading goes. But that's kind of the struggle that most people have, right? How do I shade? How do I do it the right way? How do I then, it's really up to personal preference and taste and your own style, which as you draw more and more and more, you're going to develop what you think looks good and what doesn't, and like what the blend is. So still working on that particular balance right now, but so far I think it came out pretty good. Maybe the proportions aren't exactly, now that I'm looking at it, but overall I think it was a decent drawing. I could obviously do another one a little better, but overall I feel pretty good about it. So there you have it. That's my drawing of Slew. YouTube, if you haven't checked out his channel, definitely check it out. It has some really good stuff, super engaging, a lot of cool things going on with him, a lot of growth happening for him. I'm gonna start doing a YouTube artist hit list, and I'm gonna start drawing different faces that capture my eye. So why not draw some other artists that are influencing me and helping me build some of the things that I'm trying to build here on YouTube. So that's Slew. I think the next one I'll do 1000. So I have Slew, I'll do 1000. I have a couple other ones that I'm thinking of right now that I'll be drawing, and I'll just be perfecting this process, walking you through what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and watching me make those mistakes so that you can learn from those. So if you like this video, if you get a lot out of it, or if you want to see more, make sure to hit that like button, hit the bell if you want to get notified. If you liked anything else on this channel, go ahead and subscribe. I know there's a lot of different things from older videos that I had, or more how-to, and artist tools and supplies are always at the top of the list. Going forward, expect a lot more of this, a lot more of behind the scenes type of things like this, and I hope you enjoy it and stick around.